Gedzelman, and today I'm going to talk to you about cross-country running. This is part of the course that we use for some of our 5K races in our league meets. This is the part of the trail that goes downhill. There's a pretty big hill over there. And then there is a very big uphill later on, which is pretty much how cross-country is. Lots of hills, lots of different surfaces. Running doesn't require much gear, but it is very important to make sure you wear the right clothes when running. You don't need to wear as much as you normally would. For example, when it's 55 or 60 degrees outside, you can wear shorts and a t-shirt. And when it's 45 degrees outside, you don't need a jacket, just some long sleeve shirt and compression pants. Compression pants are very good when it is cold outside because they keep your legs compressed, which is good for muscle recovery, and some say it helps you when you're running. When it's warmer out, it's good to you can either wear compression shorts like these, or you can wear other running shorts, which you can find in stores, and you can also wear a running shirt, such this one is dry fit. T-shirts will work fine, but if you feel like you're going to be really sweaty that day, dry fit is good because it wicks off the moisture. Shoes are also very important because you need to have good support. You need ankle support. If you go to a running store, you need to make sure that you get fitted right for shoes because some people overpronate, which is where your ankle leans in, and then you need stability shoes. But if you have a neutral gait, which means that your ankle doesn't lean in, then you just get neutral shoes. Some shoes also have more arch support than others. I would think that shoes are the most important part of running. Make sure to replace your running shoes every 3 months or every 500 miles because otherwise the cushioning will wear down. Nice supportive shoes such as these are very important when it comes to safety considerations because having good shoes can prevent you from getting injured. Other important things include warming up. We usually do a 5-minute warm-up and then stretch, and then we do, if it's a race or a hard workout, we start with a 15-minute easy run, another warm-up pretty much, before we actually do the workout. If it's just a recovery run, which we do in between workouts, then we don't really need to do a 15-minute warm-up because the whole thing is at that pace because it's easy. It's also important after a hard effort to cool down. We do a 10 to 15-minute cool down and then we stretch again. Stretching is very important to do after you run also because it prevents injury. There are many different stretches, but one stretch that's pretty important to do is quad stretches. For example, like this. Another important stretch is to stretch your hamstrings, which you can do by leaning over, touching your toes. And finally, calf stretches are pretty important, which you can do like this. And you can also stretch your hips by doing this. This is the starting line. The way a start works in a cross-country race is each team will have a little box, and their box will usually have a number to let each team know which box they go in. And so all the teams will be along the big line over here. It's 2 people up at the front of the box, sometimes 3 depending on the race, and everyone else goes behind them in the box. Then someone will shoot off a starting gun, and it is an empty gun, and as soon as it goes off, everyone starts. It is important to have good running form when you're doing cross-country. It can really make a difference in whether you break the time that you want to break or not. First of all, you need to have good leg drive. Your legs should be at a 90-degree angle, and then when you strike the ground, you need to have a good foot strike, which is the middle of your foot. It's right here. And it's very important to not overextend, but the foot striking in the middle of your foot, can be very helpful when trying not to overextend your leg and your leg drive. Overextending will slow you down because you are stopping yourself a little with each extension with your heel. Finally, it's important to have good arms. A lot of people, when they run, cross their arms in front of their chest like this, but it's not efficient. The best way to have your arms is at 90-degree angles, and they go back from your hips, like this. And so when you combine all three of those, you can be a much more efficient runner and be a lot faster too. I'm now going to demonstrate. As you may have noticed, when I was running, I made sure to strike the ground about 3 times per second, or 180 strikes per minute. That's the optimum amount of striking when you're running. And that can also make the difference between a good and a bad race. One bad workout or one bad race, it's not really a problem because something could be off in your body. But if you have a bunch of them in a row, more than one, then it could be a problem. And you should talk to a coach or a doctor about it. For example, you could be overtraining, which is what happens when you do too much and your body doesn't have time to recover. You could also have a vitamin deficiency of any kind because there are many vitamins that a runner needs to do his or her best. And if you can clear this up with your coach or doctor and fix it, it will be really good in your running career because you will not get injured as easily and you can be at your best. Thanks for watching my video, and I hope you learned a lot about running. I really love running. It keeps me focused in school because I'm looking forward to track or cross country at the end of the day. And it also helps me be more efficient because afterward I have to squeeze in all my homework. And it makes me feel really good and gives me a perk of every day, even when I have a bad day in school.